What's up? Those of you that don't know me, I'm Aesthetic Ozy. Long story short, lost 100 pounds twice. Second time, got in the best shape of my life, got visible abs, kept it off for over 2 years. And yeah, today what I wanted to talk about is, so a lot of the time on my YouTube videos, I talk about the mindset stuff, mindset and identity shifting. That's what allowed me to keep it off the second time. But today I wanted to talk about, how you go from being fat to seeing your abs. So just gonna get into it. And before I do that, basically, I'm a big believer that if you're not in shape, then you're not your best self, especially as a man. And if you're not your best self, it's impossible for you to live your best life. So, if you want to work with me one-on-one to unlock your best self and unlock your best life, links in the description, and it'll also be in my channel bio. You can just DM me the word lean on Instagram or TikTok, but to be real, I'm more responsive on IG. So, yeah. But that'll also be in the description. Other than that, let's get into it. So, how you go from being fat, or at least my method of doing it, because I'm all about, getting lean, unlocking an aesthetic physique, getting the best shape of your life with no bland food or living in the gym. So, my method for doing this. First thing that I'm going to talk about, underrated, sleep. Everyone underrates it, but it's actually very important. The reason I'm talking about it first, simply put, if you don't get your sleep right, if you consistently get bad sleep, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot before the day even starts, right? You're basically making your hormones work against you. You're much less likely to execute on everything else you actually need to do to get in shape while you're awake. So that's doing the stuff you're supposed to do nutrition-wise, hitting your workouts, getting your steps or, activity in. You're just, both your ability to execute those things is going to suffer, and then the likelihood of you executing those things suffer. Hormones work against you, hunger goes through the roof, you're going to be tired, so on, so forth. You get the point. So that being said, now, the number one thing that I would say you can control, your biggest point of leverage while you are awake or conscious, is food, right? A lot of people talk about they don't want to track their calories, they don't want to. If you don't want to track your calories, honestly, can you get in better shape without tracking your calories? Yes, but if you're trying to get, unlock aesthetics, as I like saying, or get lean, you do need to track your calories. Me, I prefer just tracking your calories and tracking your protein. The basics, I feel like a lot of people know this, but no off chance that you don't, because, I try to be beginner friendly too. To lose fat, you need to eat less calories than you burn, right? To maintain or stay around a similar body fat level or similar weight range, you need to eat around the same amount of calories that you burn. And then you gain weight or, fat by eating more calories than you burn. All right? So that's basically in a nutshell. And to get lean or, build an aesthetic physique, most people, especially if you're in the US, you need to lose fat to get there. Right? You need to lose fat while keeping, or usually building muscle, but at least keeping if you're somebody that's lifted consistently. So you need a high protein calorie deficit to do that, right? So that's eating less calories than you burn while also hitting your daily protein intake goal. Basically, if you're not sure where to start with that, 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of ideal-ish body weight, right? Especially if you have a decent amount of fat to lose, just take 0.7 times your current weight in pounds, and that's usually a very good starting point, right? But yeah, if you're eating 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight, that's where you want to be. So as long as you hit at least that, you'll be fine, right? So nutrition, that pretty much covers that. Now, obviously, I feel like this goes without saying, but again, this is to actually help somebody. The high protein calorie deficit, that's the most important part nutrition wise, right? Beyond that, yes, micros are still important. Yes, if I was to sum up micronutrients in a nutshell, basically antioxidants and eating your fruits and veggies. You do that, you'll be fine. So nutrition, that's out of the way. Right after that, I would probably put lifting. So basically, a lot of the time I'm asked, oh, what's my split? Or what do I think is the best lifting split or whatever, right? My answer to that is the one that you can stick with long term. It's really that simple, right? There's pros and cons no matter what lifting split you pick. Like for me, so I mentioned the no living in the gym part, right? I lift 3 times a week. When life gets super busy, I do 2 times a week. When I'm doing 3 times a week, which is what I prefer anyway, I do push pull legs, right? Minimalist approach to lifting. And I'm about doing compound lifts because, well, one, like maximizing return on investment for my time in the gym, and then just progressive overloading on those movements. And also, like usually when you do compound lifts, almost every compound lift I can think of in some way, shape, or form uses your core to stabilize, which is gonna kind of make your abs grow as well. So, like most people, the thing that's keeping you from seeing your abs is not even like, yeah, you do need to build, but as you're building muscle, if you're lifting consistently and hitting your protein, usually is that you have too much body fat. Your body fat percentage is too high to see it. Again, especially if you're in, well, in the Western world, but especially in the US. So there you go. There's some more free game. So do that, progressive overload, and stop trying to rush the process. Just do that, be consistent, progressive overload. There you go. So lifting. Then after that, next, I like doing it through steps. I mean, people like doing cardio, so I'll just say steps. Why? One, for me, this is the easiest way to track my calorie output. Fun fact that a lot of people don't know, most of the calorie calculators online, it's best to just look at your BMR or your basal metabolic rate. So basically, if you just laid in the bed and existed and did nothing that day, you didn't walk, you didn't do anything, that's roughly how much calories your body would burn, right? Most calorie calculators online, it's best to just not put in an activity because usually it's going to overestimate how many calories you burn, even if you put light activity. So basically, get your steps. You can do other cardio, but like if you get more activity overall throughout the day, right? Another fun fact most people don't know, you burn a similar amount of calories if you walk the mile versus if you ran it, even though obviously if you run it, it's going to be quicker. So it's just a time difference. But that's another one. But yeah, get your steps. Average American gets about between 2,000 to 4,000 steps, right? And even with some clients, when I was looking at like what their average step count was before getting on with me, I've seen even less sometimes. So yeah, there's nothing magical about the 10,000 number, but it is a good baseline to have. So get your steps. One, it'll just increase your daily calorie burn and helps and will allow you to keep a calorie deficit while eating higher calories, which makes it easier to stick with a calorie deficit long term. Put simply, it's easier for somebody to keep a calorie deficit while eating 2,500 calories a day versus if that person were to be eating 1,500 calories a day to maintain the calorie deficit. The less you move to keep the deficit, the lower the calories would have to go for you to still have that deficit. And for every pound of fat that you're trying to lose, 3,500 calories. That's pretty much what you need to know. But yeah, that's how you go from, that's my method of going from being fat to seeing your abs. Oh, also, just popped in my head. I mentioned nutrition earlier, right? So most of you that follow me, you more likely than not came from either my transformation, my recipes, or some combination of it. And how I choose to like structure my nutrition most of the time, if we were just excluding me making short form content, reels, and all of that, how I structure my nutrition is pretty much this. Most of my cut, and even these days I still do this, like I'll just pick like 2 to 4 of the kind of recipes I share, and then just structure like my next week around those meals. Now a lot of the time I'll go through phases where I'll just eat the same 2 to 4 meals, and I'll do that for like a week, maybe 2, whatever. But like week by week is how I'll prep it out usually. So I make it, and then I just eat those same 2 or 3 meals or 2 to 4 meals for that week. This does a couple of things. It makes consistency much easier. Don't wait till you're hungry to make food decisions, especially if you're trying to get in shape for pretty much any of your fitness goals, but especially losing fat. Think about it. You, when you're hungry, is literally your mentally weakest state to make that specific decision. You're way more likely than not gonna fuck up. That's just what it is. So that being said, it helps with that. You just having the food ready. But then Also, if, so how do I put it, right? This also helps with something else. You want to minimize decision fatigue, not even just for like fat loss and fitness. I mean, definitely for that, but like just for most long-term goals. You want to minimize decision fatigue. And part of that is this for fat loss. You only need to, when you make like the same 2 to 4 meals or whatever, you only have to calculate the calories and protein of that meal one time instead of having to weigh it here, do this one, do this one. You just need to calculate it one time. But yeah, that's my method in a nutshell of how I went from fat to seeing my abs. And well, yeah, that's pretty much what I walk my clients through. And I feel like this is a very good transition to what I said earlier in the video. Well, basically, I help my clients with adopting my approach and adapting it to their lifestyle. And yeah, what I said earlier in the video, I'll say it again. I'm a big believer that, especially as a man, if you're not in shape, then you are not your best self. And if you're not your best self, it is impossible for you to live your best life. That being said, if you want to work with me one-on-one to unlock your best self, get in the best shape of your life, unlock aesthetics with no bland food and no living in the gym, link's going to be in the description. It's also in my channel bio, or you can just comment or DM me the word lean on IG or TikTok, but I'm much more active on Instagram, so you'll have better results there. And yeah, other than that, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Have a nice day.